Well, breaking news here in Biden's America, folks. Slavery is alive and well. We have innocent children have become pawns in one of the oldest violent scourges in the history of humanity, child sex trafficking. And of course, the trap door to this 21st century subjugation can be found here in America on our very own southern border, where the virtue signaling insanity of President Biden and the far left has created a house of horrors nightmare for Latin children and the families alike. We spend a lot of time discussing immigration, illegal or undocumented, asylum or amnesty, sovereignty or open borders. But while America debates the brokenness of our immigration policy, it is estimated that 60% of all Latin American children sent to cross the border alone are caught by cartels and trafficked for sex or drugs. Let me repeat that. According to the Coalition Against Trafficking International, 60% of children sent to cross our border alone are smugglers, end up abused by cartels in child pornographic material, or drug trafficking. Now, this is an unconscionable scourge. The June border numbers alone show that we are taking into custody over 700 unaccompanied minors every single day, over 130,000 this year alone. An unprecedented number of children, and those are just the ones that we know about. Those aren't the children that got sold into sex slavery by cartels and never made it to America. And it doesn't include children who were accompanied by smugglers and managed to evade capture, only to be sold into slavery right here on U.S. soil. We have over 600,000 total gotaways reported in 2022 alone. How many children among them? More than we know. So why is this immigration surge happening? A historic 3 million border encounters and counting. Why are parents shipping their children off to almost certain trauma and abuse? Well, the answer is quite clear. Our leaders told them to come.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to El Paso. Welcome to my community, to the new Ellis Island, to the capital of the border. I am standing before you with a heart full of gratitude. Madam Vice President, thank you for being here. So grateful to Secretary Mayorkas.
That was Congresswoman Veronica Escobar, standing next to the Vice President of these United States, Kamala Harris, and the United States Secretary of Homeland Security, all standing together, telling them to come. Come now. Come with this administration in place. See, this is not a seasonal bump. It's not a natural increase. This is failure by design. See, back in 2019, through an ICE program initiated under President Trump, we used to give DNA tests to those we suspected were using children that weren't theirs to enter the country illegally. See, that doesn't just stop the cartels and the coyotes from defrauding the American dream. It also protects the children from being used to enter the country, only to be abused sexually once they arrive. Well, of course, you guessed it, that policy was suspended by the Biden-Harris administration, and now smugglers posing as parents can bring unsuspecting children to America and then traffic them for sex with the full stamp of approval from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Hear no evil, see no evil. That is the new American way. So let's be 1,000% clear here, folks. There is nothing compassionate about these open border policies. It is downright monstrous. And ironically, Democrats, even the ones we used to disagree with, they understand this threat to our children. Years ago, they knew this. Just listen to President Obama explain this exact danger back in 2014.
Our message absolutely is don't send your children unaccompanied on trains or through a bunch of smugglers. We don't even know how many of these kids don't make it and may have been waylaid into sex trafficking or killed because they fell off a train. We have no way of tracking them. So that is our direct message to the families in Central America. Do not send your children to the borders.
There it is, folks. This is not about love. This is not compassion. This is not sound policy. This is the soft bigotry of a win-at-all-cost politics that permeates a Democratic Party in the throes of abject moral decay. A political party that is content to allow brown bodies to be used and abused if it helps them lock in a permanent majority tomorrow. It's evil, clear as day. And the fact that so many do so little to stop this abuse, well, it's probably no wonder that companies like Balenciaga think there's a vibrant market for the sexual exploitation of children alive and well in these United States of America.